Did you know you can legally remove collections from your credit report without paying a dime? Yes, in 2025. Watch the entire video. We're going to go over that today, and you can actually possibly get paid depending on the situation. So, watch the entire video. It's going to be a no BS guide. Let's get straight to it. Let me share my screen, and we're going to get into it so you can get your result. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, we're going to talk about how to remove collections without paying a dime, a step-by-step guide for 2025 or whenever you're watching this. So, the issue. So, collections, they simply ruin your credit score and they stop you from being able to get the funding that you need to do. They stop you from getting your dream car. They stop you from getting anything, right? And the collection agencies, a lot of times they'll lie to you. They'll be like, oh, you need to pay in order to remove it. Now you paid the collection. They didn't remove it from your credit report. So if that sounds like, something you've been through, something you've heard, this is typical. This is a lot of stuff that happens. These collection agencies, they ain't shit. So I'm going to help you against them, right? So we're going to basically talk about how we can get it removed. It's just a frustrating thing to deal with, Nobody wants to deal with that. And what you got to realize is that you don't got to wait 7 years for the shit to drop off. And you don't got to be afraid of answering phone calls from these debt collectors because that's where the money is at, right? So listen to what I'm saying. Make sure you take your notes and pay attention. So, just for authority's sake, I've actually helped many clients delete collections consistently since 2021 when I started my business. I've helped clients dismiss debt collection lawsuits. So, if you do get sued, you don't need to panic. You just need to make sure you answer and do the proper protocol. And I literally work with attorneys that specialize in this. They live, breathe, and do it day in, day out. Dismiss debt collections, get people to stop having to deal with collections and then get the debt waiver so they don't legally owe it anymore. So it's a lot of things that you can do when you have the right information. So let's get straight to it. Step number one, very, very simple. Pull your damn credit report. So you're going to want to go to annualcreditreport.com. Yes, you can log into the Experian and stuff like that, but I always tell my clients and my attorneys will tell you too, go to get your actual credit report from annualcreditreport.com. What you're going to do, you're going to notate what's going on, right? Because you might have a violation under the FCRA. We're not even talking about under the FDCPA. The FCRA, if you don't know, is a Fair Credit Reporting Act. This is 15 USC 1681, right? So this is dealing with the credit bureaus, not necessarily the collection agency. When we talk about the collection agency violating your rights, we're talking about the FDCPA, 15 USC 1692. If you're someone that's been following me, you understand this, but obviously these videos go everywhere, so anyone that's new could be watching this. So if you have a violation with inaccuracy or incompletion, that's going to be under the compliance procedure section, which is 15 USC 1681 E section. We want to look at 15 USC 1681 EB, right? I don't want to get too complex if you're new to consumer laws, but essentially, in layman's terms, we're looking for any inaccuracies, right? And if we find inaccuracies, then what we're going to do is we're going to request a reinvestigation. A reinvestigation under 15 USC 1681I. 1681I is a section that talks about procedure in case of disputed accuracy. I put out previous videos going over all this stuff, but obviously this may be the first video you're seeing of me. Maybe you're new to consumer laws. So we're going to use 15 USC 1681I A1A. That's what we're going to use to request our reinvestigation. So keep that in mind. So remember, we're looking for an inaccuracy. So we're going to look at open and closing dates. We're going to look at the debt collector's name, make sure everything is accurate. We're going to look at account number. We're going to look at the amount. We're going to look at missing account info. If you don't know the way stuff works in America, you're entitled to having your credit report be 100% accurate. If it's not, that's an issue. You could possibly get paid, right? So you want to pay attention to what I'm saying. So step 1.5, I say it's 1.5 before we go to step two, because if you do have inaccuracies, this is what you're going to do. If you look at your credit reports, all three are fully accurate, you don't have any inaccuracies, don't panic. There's still stuff we can do, and we're going to get into that, right? So step 1.5, you're going to mail out to the credit bureau's certified mail if you have inaccuracies. So you're going to notate those errors and you're going to draft up a dispute letter to send to the credit bureaus if you find errors, right? We have a whole university where I have templates over there. If you don't want to pay for anything, just go to ChatGPT and then just draw up a sample letter. All right, so step number two, we're going to mail out a debt validation letter certified mail to the debt collector. So One thing I'll say too, stick until the end of the video because I created a free collection deletion guide, and it doesn't just come with the collection deletion letter, even though it does come with a debt validation letter, but it's like a three-step system that we've used consistently within our business to get these deletions. So this is a freebie that you would be a dumbass to pass up on, right? Don't be stupid. So go grab the freebie. And like I said, it has a specific letter that we've used in our business as well as just additional best practices because a lot of people sometimes they just send out the letter, they don't think about additional things that they can do, so that free guide has that extra sauce for you to go ahead and get the removal. Stay until the end of the video and I'm gonna give it to you. So step number 3, after we send out our debt validation to the debt collector certified mail, we're gonna wait 30 to 40 days and then we're gonna apply pressure. So what does that mean? By law, items that you dispute under the FCRA are supposed to be investigated and deleted or corrected in that time frame, right? So whether you send it to the credit bureaus or you send it to the debt collectors, they're supposed to validate that debt and then notify the credit bureaus. So this is a whole 30, 40-day process, right? So if you don't see any change within that 30 or 40 days, you weren't contacted or anything, now it's time to escalate the situation. And you can do a method of verification pursuant to the law would be 15 USC 1681 I number 7. I would include that, go read up on that law. I would send that to the credit bureaus if you're disputing with the credit bureaus, right? Because you want to look at it from multiple angles if you can. Don't just focus on the debt collector necessarily. None of anything I'm saying is legal advice. I'm just telling you as someone that's obviously been doing this since 2021, right? You can also do a CFPB complaint. That may help as well. That goes back to the added pressure stuff I'm saying. Step number 4, this is optional. Sue them damn debt collectors, right? So you can actually sue them if you do have a case. And if you've been violated, then you potentially have a case and can potentially get paid on top of getting it legally removed and a debt waiver. A lot of people that are new to this, they might be like, how can I, get paid? That sounds weird. I know it sounds strange, but you got to reprogram your mind and know that these people are violating the law. So some possible hints that you may have a case includes if you've been texted by them, if you've been emailed by them, if you've been called by them, if you've been mailed anything by them, right? So if you are in that situation, you don't have experience with this, I would recommend go get an attorney, a debt collector attorney, someone that specializes and can show you that they've done this for many people, right? So if you haven't sued debt collectors before, that's what I would recommend. You definitely want to do get help from attorneys, focus on what you're good at. But the thing is, we actually work with attorneys that live, breathe, and do this. So you can actually book a call with my company. And if you do have a case, basically the way it would work is we would take a look at your file. We'll go talk with our attorneys, see what they think, and then we would go from there if we feel that you have a case and they have over 98% success rate. So just if you want numbers. So you could book a call in the description. I'll have that in there. But also, I will have a link to the free guide. So step number 5 is to grab the free guide. It's a non-negotiable, whether you think you can do it by yourself or not, right? So grab the free guide I created for you. It'll be in the description and also the comments. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you got value from it, then definitely, hit a like button or something, subscribe if you want. And most importantly, just take action. And if you want to let us know the results you got, I know a lot of people use the free information. They don't ever report like, oh shit, Michael, you helped me do this, right? It's cool. But if you do get a good result, go ahead and let us know. With that being said, keep watching my videos. Grab that free guide in the description. Y'all have a blessed one.